Welcome back to U.S. Farm Report. We're joined by Eric Snodgrass of Nutrien. And Eric, as we look at the weather here, we know it's been hot, it's been stormy. What are we looking for in the weeks ahead?
You know, it's really the first time it's been hot though, right? I mean, we had a little bit of heat back in early May, but it was not hot throughout much of the spring. The storm pattern that's setting up is going to favor what we call a classic ring of fire set up around a big high pressure cell that's over Nashville. So you're going to get some areas that have been very dry. When you look at their soil moisture, they've been way off of normal. I'm talking about parts of the western and central Corn Belt. They're going to be in that ring, meaning they're going to be getting quite a bit of needed thunderstorm activity. We've got quite a bit of rain coming from parts of Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, northern Illinois. And inside of it, you know, getting down in Mid-South, I still expect them to get some thunderstorms as well. Now, what's critical is it's late June and we're talking about this, which is so important just given the fact that as we go later and later into the growing season, when are we going to start to see any of this longer-term drought narrative that I've shared with you for a while right now? So I want to tell you that in the near term, we've got more storms and heat coming, especially to the east. And you got some folks out east that need to get some heat on this crop. So not a whole lot of complaints overall, other than it's just really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's been really uncomfortable. Now, as we kind of move through the rest of June and we start looking out into July, is it the same story globally, or is this kind of, kind of worked into just the Midwest here?
No, I think there's weather issues happening all over the planet. And because we've got right now this pattern delivering heat to the eastern United States, it's also carrying across the Atlantic, clear into Europe. And we're going to be seeing over the next 10 days or so very dry conditions all across Europe, limited thunderstorms. And some of that dryness is getting all the way over to Ukraine, the Black Sea, while there's better storm action in the Russian wheat belt. But if you just blow this all out, let's just look at this last map here, this big one that just shows the month of July as forecast by the European model. You know, what we're seeing here is that, okay, the model's attempting to dry things out in the central United States and Canadian prairie. It's attempting to keep the southeast wet. It's attempting to get a monsoonal circulation going in the southwest. It's also globally got India wet, parts of China wet. It's got the Black Sea dry. You start to look at that and say, if this model verifies, we could have a supply side kind of thing going on in the markets. But then again, you go back to some of the spring predictions, and I'll be first to confess, didn't get the whole really wet forecast for the southern plains right. And we knew it was going to be wet in the Ohio Valley, but we know it was going to be record wet. So I'll tell you, this atmosphere has got a punch behind it that is not really well sorted by us meteorologists, specifically trying to understand when and where we can make big storms. So I'll just say this. I would err on the side of hot and stormy versus on the side of hot, dry right now. Maybe only a few places in the northern plains getting into Canadian prairie could be the exception there. But it's always hot in Texas in July, so I guess I should lump them in there as well.
Well, that's right. It is summertime after all. We're going to expect a little hot and dry from time to time. Well, appreciate it. Eric, thank you so much for being here and helping us with weather. We'll be back with more U.S. Farm Report coming up in just a moment.